Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. The chat is up and running. How's everybody doing today? It's the dead of winter here. We got 7 inches of snow last night, and it's still coming down today. I'm in Michigan. Temp is dropping. I think the high today is 18. I'm staying indoors where it's warm. So what are you guys up to? Let me guess. Drinking, gambling, carrying on? I'm doing none of the above. I'm just hanging out. Afternoon chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A free show. Very few of those on TV. No midstream ads, no commercials, no sponsors. I'm not trying to tackle you or your wallet. The guest stars of this show are the people in the chat room. If you want to be able to chat, most people are using their phone. Go to youtube.com and download the Discord app. It is also free. The show is free to like and subscribe to. I'm not trying to run for public office. I'm not trying to become an online influencer. I'm trying to give you, the viewer, a chance to speak your mind. You don't have to agree with me in order to function in the chat, okay? I don't care what we talk about. This show has no script. There's no predetermined topics. It's whatever you guys want to talk about. What part of the world are you in? What's on your mind? What are your priorities? We've got 2 hours. If there's something that you want to discuss, golden opportunity. Yeah, I'm a smoker. I don't recommend you do it. That's your proof that I'm not AI. Okay? Smoke. I'm just a guy sitting on his couch in Michigan that likes to meet people and wants to hear what's on their mind. I don't care if you want to talk about your grandma's meatloaf recipe or world news. Whatever's on your mind is fine with me. I have no agenda. I'm not trying to control or manipulate people. I'm just trying to have a good time for 2 hours. I was a table games dealer in Vegas. 33 years, blackjack, craps, and roulette. I got used to meeting people every week. In my retirement, I missed that, so I created this show so I can continue to meet people. It is what it is. When no one jumps in the chat, we're stuck talking about whatever rambles through my empty mind. Okay. I apologize for that. I have no control over what I'm thinking. I watched the news this morning and I saw, that the United States was, disgraced in Davos on the world stage. I think it's a shame. I don't choose to conduct myself in that manner. And I'm on TV 5 days a week. I you know, I prefer that you guys guide the chat. Otherwise, I'd have a script, I'd have an agenda. But I refuse. I'm not going to sell you anything, and I'm not going to try to weigh in on the conversation and lead it in one direction versus the other. When it comes down to it, I'm only preaching the basic things. Tolerance of your fellow man. Okay. I know there's no one else on TV telling you to be tolerant of your fellow human beings, but that's not my problem. Okay. I offer you the bona fide proof. Open your front door. Everything out there that you see that is built by man, cars, roads, buildings, everything, that's your proof. The human beings before you put their differences aside and they work together. You can sit around in your living room and hate all the people you want, but you're not going to get a prize for it. There's no reward for hating people. There's no prize for being angry. It's a waste of time, and it can probably give you an ulcer. Drive friends and relatives away? Oh, joy. Not the path I choose. Just get along. You don't have to agree with everyone. You don't even have to like everyone. But what you need to do is get along with everyone. Become tolerant. Tolerant again. Okay? I don't care. It's not my place to sit in judgment over you. It's not my place to try to micromanage you. What it is my place to do is to tolerate you. Okay? It's not that difficult. Haven't you ever been working a job and just hated your boss and wanted to quit, but you couldn't? You couldn't afford it. You needed to find a new job first. You had to tolerate that boss. You couldn't haul off and smack him. You couldn't quit because then he wins. You got to tolerate him. And that's what it is with your fellow human beings. That's my opinion. Feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. You can spend your time as an angry hater if you want to, but I'm telling you, you're not getting anything for it. You're not getting anything from it. You're better off just to tolerate people and their differences. Ignore them. I do it all the time. I wear black and gray t-shirts. I don't wear white t-shirts. Those of you that wear white t-shirts, bless your hearts. I just have to tolerate it. It would be futile for me to sit here and hate you because of your choice of t-shirts. How absurd is that? Get past it. So we're different. Big deal. All human beings are basically the same. Skin, bones, blood, organs, We're all the same. You can divvy them up into subgroups. Oh, Republicans. Oh, Democrats. Oh, Christians. Oh, Muslims. Oh, white people. Oh, black people. Those are all subgroups. There's one human race. There's one planet. That's it. You may fantasize that there are other planets, but if you destroy this one, we're going to be shit out of luck because it's only your fantasy that there are other planets. There's just the one. We have to take care of it. Human beings are the only thing that can take care of planet Earth. Planet Earth is the only planet human beings can live on. Maybe that changes 50 years down the road. Who knows? But for now, that's all we got. One planet, one human race. The problems on planet Earth are not going to solve themselves. They're only solved by human beings. And if you can't get along with your fellow human beings, where are you going to go? There's nowhere to go. The minute you move out of a city and you move out into the wilderness, your life gets a lot harder. It's a lot more demanding on you. By living in cities, human beings collaborate. They work together. They build more, they build better, they build faster, simply by getting past their differences and working together. I don't care what task you're trying to accomplish. The key to your success is to get more human beings on your side. The only way to get more human beings on your side is to be tolerant of them. Okay? You can't micromanage everyone in the world. They're all going to be different. All human beings have some common ground. We love our parents. We love our family. We want to have kids. We want our kids to do better than we did. We share a lot of common ground, but at the same time, all human beings are unique individuals. We are all different. I can guarantee you, you've never met anyone in your life like me. I can guarantee it. I'm very unique. I've had a very unique life. We're not all carbon copies of one another. There's always going to be differences. The adults get past those differences and still find a way to work together. It doesn't matter what your project is. It doesn't matter what your goals are. Every time you get more human beings on your side, on your team, you lighten your workload and you speed up your success. It's to your benefit to have more human beings on your team each and every time. It doesn't matter what your goal is. The more human beings you got helping you, the less you have to do individually, and the quicker you succeed. You want to achieve your goal? Get more people. If you think you're failing in whatever task you're trying, you don't need more money. You need more people. Wars. You want to win? Get more people on your side. Anything that you're trying to do. You want to build a city? Get more people. You want to build a house? Try that on your own. It's going to take you a while. It's a lot of hard work. How are you going to lift a 300-pound truss up to the roof by yourself? Get other human beings to help you, and you're going to get it done just like that. Pop it right off. What's our next task? Get along with one another. That's the only thing I preach. I don't care if you're different. You won't care either. At some point, you're going to get past that difference and you're going to say, I'm glad that guy's on my team. I'm glad I've got help doing this. The only way we can repair Earth, our only planet, is with more human beings. Every life matters. Even if the guy disagrees with you 5 days a week. Every life matters. It has value. You don't know whose grandson is going to go to college, get an education, and solve the problem that is plaguing you. Every bloodline has value. Every time we have a war on this planet, the human race is in essence shooting itself in the foot. You're delaying our success. As the human race goes, every time we lose a bloodline or fail to educate a bloodline, we are slowing our progress. That's my opinion. Feel free to disagree. I mean, jump in the chat. That's why it's turned on. I can do this live stream without having the live chat. I put the live chat in so I can get your opinion, and you can get to voice your opinion. In my opinion, the human race is in trouble. We need to stop killing each other, and we need to start educating our children. We need to teach our children so that they might grow up and teach us. When our children grow up and teach us, they are now in a position to solve our problems. Doesn't matter what the problem is, the only solution is a human being. We have global warming. Do you think wolves can repair that? What about grizzly bears? Grizzly bears, they're huge. They're formidable. They're smart. They're intelligent. But they can't solve Earth's problems. They can't solve your problems. They can't solve my problems. The only thing that can solve our problems are human beings. And if we keep killing off bloodlines and not educating children, our problems remain. The only way to solve those problems is with human beings. And the only way to have human beings around is to tolerate one another, okay? Not kill one another, not conquer one another, educate one another. The smarter our children are, the sooner they solve our problems. They think of a way to fix whatever's wrong on planet Earth. The plants aren't going to do it. The water's not going to solve our problems. The animals aren't going to solve our problems. The only thing that can solve our problems are the human beings. Those problems cannot be solved by one subgroup. Only the Christians can solve our problems? Wrong. The subgroup doesn't matter. A human being will solve every problem that we have on this planet. That's the only way it's going to get solved. Every time we have a war and we end these bloodlines, these people do not have children. Their children do not get educated and grow up and fix our problems. The solution is to tolerate one another. Stop getting angry. Anger and hatred build nothing. You get nothing for them. They are the exact opposite of what we need. We need more people, more educated people. The more educated people we get, the sooner we solve all of our problems. Without educating, without nurturing every child on this planet, we are dooming our future. We are delaying our future. Right now, as a race, the human race, we are fighting diseases. Cancer jumps to mind. Who's going to cure cancer? A human being. How many times have we killed the bloodline that could have been educated, that could have grown up and cured cancer? We don't know. There's no way to know. We need to value every life on this planet. I don't care if you don't like the person. You still have to value their life and their bloodline. Their grandchild could be what solves our largest problem. It doesn't matter how you look at it. Human beings need to take care of the planet because that's the only one we have. And human beings need to take care of each other. We're the only race on this planet. That's my opinion. One guy sitting on his couch, okay? I feel that we must tolerate one another. You don't have to like everybody. It's okay to dislike somebody. But it's ridiculous to hate them. It's antisocial. The reason we have cities is so that we can get together and work together. When we do that, we build big things, great things. That's the way I see it. What's your opinion? Do you see a shortcut out there? Do you think chimpanzees are going to save planet Earth from global warming? Or will it be human beings? Chimpanzees are very entertaining, but I can't see them solving any of the world's problems. I like cats and dogs too, but they're not going to solve our issues. They're not going to clean our air. They're not going to replenish our drinking water. I love animals, but they're not the solution to planet Earth's problems. The only solution to this planet's problems are the people, the human beings. Divvy them up into subgroups until the cows come home if you want. But there's one race on this planet, the human race. When cancer gets cured, do you care if it's a black man that does it? Do you care if it's a Muslim that does it? Will it make a difference? No. Put him in any subgroup you want. He's curing cancer. It's a good thing for this whole planet. Who cares? I don't care if he's wearing a red MAGA hat. I don't care if he's wearing a dress. As long as he cures cancer, it's a good thing. It's a win. Tolerate your fellow human being. That's all I'm saying. It's okay to be different. You can be different. You can disagree. You can dislike. But your hatred is a waste of time. Your hatred is a waste of your energy. And it's worse than you think. Your hatred is destructive. Your hatred is society's wrecking ball. Take dislike and add uncontrolled fear, and you get hatred. Plain and simple. You cannot get hatred without uncontrolled fear. Uncontrolled fear, rational thinking is tossed out the window. Your fears are in control. You're not. When you're that afraid that the fear is in control, you lose rational thinking. You can't tell right from wrong because your fear is in control, not your conscious mind. I remember one of my kids calling me in. I was tucking him in. He calls me in. He says, "Daddy, can you leave a nightlight on? I'm afraid of the dark." I took that as a challenge. I've got to teach this boy to control his fears, to control his imagination. I turn on the lights. I show him there's no monsters in the closet. There's no monsters under the bed. I reassure him and I say, "Hey, I'm going to be in the next room all night. I'll be there when you get up in the morning. You're safe." You must control your fears, control your imagination so that you can get a decent night's sleep. If you can't control your fears, you're just like that little boy. You've got to learn how to control your fears. Once you control all of your fears, you don't hate. Because hate requires an uncontrolled fear. Your imagination gets the best of you, and oh, those people are out to get me. They're going to hurt me. I just know they are. Now the fear's in control. rational thinking is required by our society. Our society has rules and laws. We all must stay within that umbrella of laws and rules. You've got to color inside the lines there. If you stray outside the lines, society is going to squash you like a bug. You must be in control of your faculties at all times. You cannot let your fears take control, because when they do, you can't stay inside the lines. You start breaking laws. When you start breaking laws, I don't care how scared you were, society is going to smack you down. We're going to put you under control. Here in the United States, we're allowed to own guns. It's legal. Just about everybody's got one, or several. But we have laws in society that tell us how we have to handle those guns. I don't care how scared you are, you cannot walk out into your front yard and start pointing your gun at people. If you do that, your fears are getting to the best of you. And now you're not coloring inside the lines of our society. When you point that gun at people that aren't attacking you, you're breaking the law. When you break the law comes in. First thing they do is take your gun away. And then they put you into a psych unit for a 72-hour hold to find out how unbalanced is this guy. Then if you pass the psychiatric hold, they just throw you in jail to tell you you can't just take your gun out and point it at your neighbors as they go by. You're the problem. You must stay in control of your fears at all times. If you don't, you're going to be curled up in the corner, afraid to walk out of your home. Control your imagination, control your fears, operate within the boundaries of our society, and you will have no problems. But if you can't control your fears, if your imagination is running away with you, it's impossible for you to stay within the lines. You will stick outside those lines, and then society will smack you down. We have those laws for a reason, to protect the many from the few. The rights of the population outweigh the individual fears of one person. If you're threatened, that's a different story. I'm talking about when you're not in control, when your fear is in control, you cannot stay within the boundaries of our society. And our society is designed to spot you the second you start to color outside the lines. And they swoop down on you like a ton of bricks. You need to control your fears, and you need to tolerate your fellow man, your fellow human being. I don't care if they speak a different language. That doesn't mean you should fear them. I don't care. Get past it. Grow up. Tolerate. You don't have to like them. You don't have to agree with them. All you must do is tolerate one another. When you're not tolerant of your fellow American, now you get mad at him because he's wearing a red hat, or you get mad at him because he's wearing a dress, or you get mad at him because he's different than you are. So what? Get past it. It doesn't matter to you. It shouldn't matter to you. It's not your place to micromanage someone else's life. Every time you try to micromanage someone else's life, you're teaching them that it's okay for them to micromanage your life. If we're all mowing our lawns north and south, and you decide to mow yours east and west, do we have a right to come and tell you you must mow your lawn north and south? No, we got no right to do that. We should be thankful you're mowing your damn lawn at all. First off. Secondly, it doesn't matter which way you mow your lawn. It's trivial. Get past it. If you paint your house white and I paint my house blue, do you have a right to come and tell me how to paint my house? No. Do I have a right to come and tell you how to paint your house? No. Tolerate one another. Expect other human beings to be different than you are. Expect it and tolerate it. That's all you have to do. Once you've learned to tolerate your fellow human being, now you can work together and accomplish great things. But you're not going to work together successfully unless you can tolerate one another. It's like real simple math. The more people you can tolerate, the more people can work alongside you. The more people that work alongside you, the lighter your workload and the faster you get done with that work. It doesn't matter what the work is. That's my opinion. That's what I talk about, is tolerance of your fellow human being. I see these Karens on TV. They're trying to tell people how to park the car. If he parks his car wrong, so what? It's his car that's going to get towed, not yours. Ignore it. Let it go. It doesn't matter. You're talking about the minutia of life. Every time you sit around and nitpick your neighbor, you're telling your neighbor he should nitpick you. If you don't want your neighbor nitpicking your life, don't nitpick his. Step number 1, leave that guy alone. It's not hard. Turn your back. Ignore his failure to park his car or mow his lawn or clean his driveway. Get past it. I think this is really so simple, so basic. And I don't understand why I'm the only one on TV telling you. But I can guarantee you that man that you've been trying to nitpick, that man you've been trying to control and manipulate, is your next best friend that you haven't met yet. When I get up and I walk over, I turn on the light switch, the light comes on. I don't know the guys that work at the electric company, but I rely on them every day. When I go to the kitchen, I turn on the faucet, clean drinking water comes out. I don't know any of the guys that work at the water company. Don't know their names, but I depend on them every day. Electricity and running water are pretty damn important. You would think I would know those guys' names when I'm depending on them every day. Tuesday, I went to a restaurant. It was open. Waitress was there, cook was there, busboy was there, dishwasher was there. I depended on all of them. My food came to the table. I picked up the salt shaker. The guy that made that, I don't know his name. I put the salt on my food. The guy that mined that salt, I don't know his name either. I take him for granted at every meal. I put that salt on. I love the salt. I don't know the guy, but I'm depending on that guy to keep on mining that salt so that that shaker never goes empty. You don't realize all the human beings that you're codependent on. After I had the breakfast with my family, I went to the grocery store and the bank. Didn't know the name of the bank teller, but I'm glad she was there. I didn't know the name of the people in the grocery store, but I'm glad it was open. I didn't know those people, but I depended on them. I'd be pretty hungry today if I wasn't able to buy them groceries on Tuesday. You're depending on other human beings all the time with everything you do. You get out and you start your car. How many human beings were involved in building that car? A lot. More than you can figure. I'm telling you. That metal had to be made. The plastic had to be made. The glass had to be made. The rubber had to be made. You've depended on all these human beings, but when you see them from your front yard, you want to yell at them and try to micromanage their life. Tell them, oh, you're doing this wrong. It's not your place. Leave that guy alone. Find something better to do with your time. Tolerate your fellow human being. That's all I'm saying. Get past your differences, no matter how petty they are. Get past them and work together. When the shit hits the fan, your neighbors that you don't know are the same ones that are going to be standing shoulder to shoulder with you for the recovery and the cleanup. When you're standing in chin-high water because of the flood, do you care who's driving the boat? What if he's a Muslim? I don't think you're going to give a shit. You're going to want to get out of the water. What if he's a Christian? It still ain't going to matter. You're still going to want to get out of the water. He's going to be there. You don't know his name. You don't know who the hell he is. You need to value that man, even though you don't know him. He's got intrinsic value. Turn the scenario around. That man is in chin deep water. He's in trouble. You're the one in the boat. Are you going to tool past him and let him drown? Or are you going to do the right thing and pull him out of the water? I know you're going to do the right thing. We all do the right thing. You can depend on us all doing the right thing. Your fellow human being, that neighbor you don't know, is not to be feared. He's to be respected. He's to be tolerated. I know that he's driving a brown car and you got a white car. It's not your place to tell him what color car to drive. It's not his place to tell you what color car to drive. This is the petty minutia. When you find yourself dwelling on the petty minutia of life, find something better to do. Get past your differences. Tolerate your fellow human being. It doesn't matter if he's speaking Spanish. He's still going to pull you out of the water when you're in trouble. It doesn't matter if you're the one in the boat and you're speaking Chinese. You're still going to pull him out of the water when you see him in trouble. We all do it. Every time. Tolerate your fellow human being, and hopefully your fellow human being will tolerate you. Then you guys can work together and accomplish great goals. Accomplish your goals faster with a lighter workload. That's the way it works. All I can give you is my perspective. One guy sitting on one end of his couch in Southwest Michigan. You're welcome to voice your perspective, your opinions. Jump in the chat anytime you like. Change the subject if you don't like what I'm talking about. I don't mind. I do not have an agenda. But I'm telling you, you need to unify with your fellow human beings. I don't care what part of the globe they're on. They need your respect. They need your tolerance. You need their respect and you need their tolerance. That's the way it works. When we respect and tolerate one another, we can work together. We can live together without confrontation, without added hardship. I like people. I do. I trust people. I think grizzly bears are cute, but I don't trust them. There's a difference somewhere. If you can learn to control your fears, you can learn to tolerate your fellow human beings. If you can do both of those things, you can succeed. If you can't do those two things, you're going to stray outside the lines of our society. And when you do, our society is designed in a way to smack you down quick. You are allowed a lot of freedoms, especially in this country, but you still must operate underneath that umbrella of laws and rules that our society has. Arizel, good afternoon. How are you today? Welcome to Afternoon Chat. What's on your mind today? I'm doing great as long as I stay indoors. We've got 7 inches of snow on the ground. It's 18 degrees with a 30-mile-an-hour wind. I'm staying indoors all day. I ain't going out, not for a minute. It's about 80 degrees in here. I'm comfortable in a t-shirt. But we got bad weather coming. Well, it's probably coming this weekend for you. The jet stream dropped down south and it picked up a cold front and is just slamming all across America. Heavy snow and Arctic temperatures. They're saying our wind chill is going to be in the negatives over the weekend that's coming. I'm happy for you. It's January and you got no snow in Jersey. You're lucky. Okay. I'm telling you, that's real lucky. This late in the January, you should have snow on the ground in Jersey, right? Yeah, our snow plows are out working. Maintenance here at my apartment complex has been shoveling, but I looked out the window and there's, fresh snow coming down every hour. I'm in Southwest Michigan and we'll probably come out of the weekend with about a foot of it on the ground. So what's going on in Jersey? I used to date a girl from Jersey. She was nice. Smart. But I kind of thought her father was a prick. He was just abrasive to me. I don't think he wanted his daughter dating me. Hey, these things happen. I'm hunkering down, watching a lot of TV. I was watching this debacle in Davos. How absurd. I don't know. It seems very embarrassing to me. I'm embarrassed of America's actions towards its allies. And I'm equally embarrassed America's actions towards our adversaries. Personal opinion. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. This show, I give you a chance to voice yours. Grab that Discord app and jump in the chat. Voice your opinion. You're more than welcome. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just the host. I am not trying to be become a TV star. Not. I'm too old for that crap. Go find a 20-year-old, okay? They want to become TV stars or they want to become movie stars. I think I'm just here because I'm bored. Retirement. I like meeting people. So I used to chat back in the day. I used to get in open chat rooms and I liked it. And, you know, here it is years later and I look around and I don't see open chat rooms. I see sports shows that have chat, but they want to only talk about sports. I see news shows, but they only want to talk about news. I don't want to put my thumb on the scale and say, oh, we have to talk about this or we have to talk about that. I don't care. I'm just happy we get to meet, we get to talk. Pretty basic stuff. Before the live stream, I was watching TMZ's live stream. Something to do. They only want to talk about entertainment news. So I don't chat. I just watch. Other than this show, the only ones that I get on and chat with are like the ones that the people I can identify with. I'm a Lions NFL football fan. So I watch a guy named Mike Kimber. He's from Southwest Michigan, single father, health issues. We've got a lot in common. I can identify with him more. I chat with him more than anyone. I think I watched TMZ and chatted. I made 2 chats in maybe an hour and a half. One was bad mouthing them. Yeah, I lashed out. I think that's, normal human behavior is to want to lash out. Sometimes it's hard to control yourself. You get angry or you start feeling, dejected or hurt in some way. Human behavior is very, very strange. Let me tell you, first off, I did a little bit of research on it. I was writing a book and I was explaining that it was my theory that if enough human beings were doing it, that's all the proof you needed to determine it was normal human behavior. I did research on human behavior, and I saw a bunch of stuff I would have never thought. Well, lashing out at other human beings is normal human behavior. Our society has laws and rules now that say you can't lash out, but so many people do lash out. It's evident that that is normal human behavior. You can stand in your front yard and yell at your neighbor all you want. That's a form of lashing out. That's legal here. You can do it. You can't threaten him. You can't walk up and smack him. Those things are illegal. But you can stand there and yell at him until your face turns blue, if that's what you want to do. I prefer a much more subdued. I'd like to keep myself under control and my actions under control. And I try not to lash out at people. But when you do lash out, you got to cut yourself a little bit of slack and realize that it's normal human behavior. I lashed out on TMZ today because I thought that they belittled my profession. I didn't threaten them or call them names. I just let them know that I was unhappy with them belittling my former profession. It's like being a pilot. You need to be a highly trained professional, right? Not just everybody can be a pilot. It's a skilled trade. You shouldn't belittle a skilled trade just because you aren't a member of that trade. And that's all I pointed out to TMZ this morning. I pointed out that they belittled a skilled trade. And I suggested that they might do a segment belittling their own skilled trade versus somebody else's. I am supposed to ask people to like and subscribe to the channel. That's for YouTube. It's free. I gotta start getting that into the mix if I want the channel to grow, evidently. I'm on 3 different algorithms in YouTube. One is shorts, another is videos, and the third one is the live stream. I would think that would be sufficient, but they're telling me I need the likes and subscribes. So they tell me, I turn around and tell you guys. I watch a lot of shows that I don't like and subscribe to. And so it's hard for me to get in the habit of asking people to like and subscribe. It just seems weird. I try not to ask people to do anything. Personal opinion, But I do need to try to get my channel monetized eventually. So I do need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours. It's interesting, that's for sure. I'm trying to make small improvements on the channel and see if I can get more people involved in it. But you draw a lot of attention to yourself when you jump in the chat, and a lot of people don't want that kind of attention. So I don't require people to jump in the chat. A lot of people just don't want, I don't know, to be noticed. It really doesn't bother me because I was in the gaming industry, the table games industry in Vegas. I was on camera all day, every day for 33 years. So I got no qualms about it. But other people don't want that kind of notoriety or attention. But I'll tell you, I've been doing this for 5 months now, and nobody's ever said a bad word to me, not once. And I don't hesitate to voice my opinion. I think most people are nice. I honestly believe that the good guys outnumber the bad guys on this planet by a lot. The bad guys get all the press. The good guys don't get any press. But I'm telling you, there's always good guys. I got a friend, Crumbelina. She went out, locked her keys and her phone in her car somewhere. Was in essence stranded. A guy comes up to her and offers to help. He takes her all the way home so she can get her spare key, then brings her all the way back to her car and wouldn't even take gas money. The guy was truly a good Samaritan. Nobody ever finds out about all these good Samaritans that are out there doing good deeds for people. Crumbelina is one of them. I watch her go out of her way all the time to help other people. Hell, she goes out of her way to help me. Good Samaritans are out there. The globe is full of them. Don't get the press. Well, the United States media is a whole different animal. They're trying to control and manipulate people. And they're using people's fears against them in order to do it. You see it every day if you know what to look for. Well, here in America, they divvy you up and they say, oh, you're in Group A, you're Democrats. And you're in Group B, you're Republicans. And then they go and they tell Group B, Group A is out to get you. They hate your guts. They're getting ready to strike. You should fear them. Then they go say the exact same speech to Group A. Republicans are out to get you. They're coming for you. They're planning. They're conniving. You should fear them. You don't need to fear Democrats or Republicans. They're not out to get you. Yes, they have goals that are different, but they're not plotting against you. Are you sitting around plotting crimes? I'm not. Normal people don't do this kind of thing. But the media divvies you up into little subgroups and then plays one group against the other to create drama. They use your fears to control and manipulate you. If you control your fears, they can't manipulate you. And that bugs the crap out of them. If you go to college and you can get a bachelor's degree in how to scare the masses of people, they keep showing crimes over and over. It shouldn't even be called the news anymore. They use so much of your fears to control and manipulate you. They should call it Fear Factor or the fear channel. That's all they're doing. They're showing you one shooting after the other. One guy goes out and shoots up a Walmart. It's a heinous crime. But at the same time, there's 340 million people in this country alone. Only one of them shot up Walmart. 339,999,999 people did not hurt anyone. That should be the news story. But they're going to play that one guy shooting up Walmart over and over and over again until the next new shooting comes up. They're using your fears to control, manipulate, and divide you. It's all of it. Everything is all designed to use your fears in order to get you to keep tuning in to their channel. If I want to know what's going on around me, I got to tune into such and such channel. Y'all heard the tagline, "Mother found dead, children missing, story at 11. We all tune in at 11. We got to find whose mother is dead, what children are missing. We're concerned. They use that against us. Come to find out, she's died of natural causes and her children are grown adults. Where was that news flash again? They're using your fears that they think is the best way to control and manipulate you to get you to tune back in at 11. The time that they spent telling you the tease line, they could have told you the whole story. That was not their intent. Their intent was to control and manipulate and divide you into smaller groups, which makes you easier to control and manipulate. Every time there's a demonstration, protest, or whatever, and people stand shoulder to shoulder, they have a stroke. The news media is flipping out. It makes us harder to control when we stand together with our fellow human beings. That's my opinion. I mean, feel free to jump in the chat and voice yours. To me, I believe in self-censorship. I don't want other people to censor what I see. But I feel that I can do that. And I shut that news off so I can have some peace of mind. Okay? Because it's all fear mongering. It's all scare tactics. And you've really got to work to sort it out because they're not presenting you with a news story. They're presenting you with propaganda. I'm going to feed you the party line so that I'm going to show you one side of this issue. I'm not going to show you both sides. It's propaganda. At best, it's propaganda. You can't let your fears control your life. And that's all they're using is your fears. There are plenty of good stories all over the world, people helping one another, people banding together, trying to do the right thing. They don't consider that newsworthy because it's not clickbait enough. That's not going to get enough people to tune in at 11. It's a shame, but this is the world that we live in 2026. Okay. I hope I'm not scaring anyone. I don't wish to control and manipulate people. I like talking to people, but that's not control and manipulation. That's not fear mongering. When I express my own opinions, that's the view from my perspective. One guy sitting on one end of his couch. I could be wrong. I make mistakes. I'm a human being. I mean, look, I'm sitting here smoking. That's a mistake. Okay. I don't care how you phrase it. It's a mistake. I made a poor choice. Okay. I'm sure it won't be my last. The bottom line, you've got to sort through this stuff and keep yourself sane. That's why I believe in self-censorship. Sometimes I turn off the news just to shut or restrict the flow of the negative information that society is pumping into me. Enough's enough. Sometimes I take a week off. I learned that by watching a guy named Tom Grossi. He did that last year. He had a live stream for charity in which he streamed 24 hours a day for a solid week. You even saw him sleeping on stream. He was raising money for a charity, a worthy charity, I might add. Fallen Patriots, I think. So I'm watching him, and I got very involved, very engrossed in it, and it's the only thing I watched for the entire week. Every time I turned on my TV, I turned on Tom Grossi's live stream. I didn't realize it, but by that being my only intake, I didn't hear any of that negative news for the entire week. And my spirits were better. I felt cleansed at the end of the week. He restored my faith in humanity. Well, number one, he raised $1 million for that charity, which was awesome. But number two, during the course of that week, I never turned on the news, not once, not for an instant. At the end of the week, I felt better about myself. I felt better about humanity in general. I saw great value in not having all that negative news bombarding me every day. And believe me, it's all negative. There's nothing positive about it. They may be smiling and grinning, but they're still giving you bad news. It's still negative information that they're feeding you. And it's like, oh wow, I feel cleansed. And that's when it dawned on me, it's okay to shut that news. All that bad news will still be there a week later when you turn it back on. Guaranteed. I didn't miss a thing. I'm looking forward to doing the same thing this year. He's going to have another charity live stream. I'm hoping it takes 2 weeks. I'll watch nothing but him again. And I'll just skip all that negative information that comes from watching the news. Well, I'm an old guy. I started by watching Walter Cronkite and Dan Rather. And news is not what it used to be. News now is it's just propaganda. It's all biased opinion. It's not cold, hard facts. It's biased opinion at best. And some of it, I believe, is premeditated hogwash. They planned on telling you something absurd. They plotted it out. And I think in some instances, they actually know that they're not telling the truth, but they're telling their lies. I see a lot of that with President Trump. Oh, it's America's golden age. The economy is great. We've wiped out inflation. No, you didn't. You picked up inflation, pumped it full of steroids, and set it loose on the world. The world trade war that he created, it's not just negative here in America. It's negative all the way around the globe. Damage to the world economy. And he thinks that's good. It's not. It's foolish. But that's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Educate me, straighten me out when I go wrong. I welcome your opinion. this whole fake news thing. I don't even, it's so fake, I don't even think they should be able to call it news anymore. I think it should be called propaganda. You can believe that crap if you want. I'm not falling for it. I can separate the facts and figures. Facts and figures don't lie. People lie. That's my opinion. I did a video on liars. Okay. I think it was like 1 minute and 10 seconds. Quick study. People lie for 3 reasons. They want to hide their guilt. They want to hide their greed. And they want to hide their fear. Greed, shame, and fear. Greed, guilt, and fear. It's all the same. It's a mask they're putting on. They don't want you to see the real them. That's why they lie. Oh, maybe you'll like me if I don't tell you the truth about me. Those lies always come out in the end. Always. And I don't know about you, but I don't invite liars into my home. Never have, never will. What would be the point? I'd much rather invite truth into my home. I don't need another liar. They're a dime a dozen. Okay. And lying, what's your next step? Stealing? If you can't be trusted to tell the truth, how can you be trusted not to steal? I'm real careful who I invite into my home. Okay. But yeah, I take pride in being able to sort it out. You've got to sort people out. Are they out to hurt you? Are they out to use you? Are they out to drain you? Human beings all have faults. None of us is perfect. I make plenty of mistakes. Hell, this show could be a mistake. We'll see how it turns out in the end. We'll find out one way or another. Maybe you're witnessing the biggest failure of my life. It's possible. Well, in order for me to get this show to be a success, I need more people on my team. I need more people to like and subscribe and view the show. If I get enough people, I can succeed. If I don't get enough people, it's abject failure in front of the world, and it's on-demand video. You can watch every episode. I haven't deleted anything. Even the shows that only lasted 7 minutes because my cable went out or my internet went out, I still left them up there. I didn't delete them. I'm not hiding it. I created Afternoon Chat, and I'm just going to keep it going. I'm trying to do my part. I'm trying to be reliable and dependable here every Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did take 2 days off last year. I did not stream on Thanksgiving and I did not stream on Christmas. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I should have been streaming on those days. Well, maybe it's a mistake not to be clean shaven, wearing a shirt and tie, maybe get a haircut. This whole show could be one giant mistake. Hey, if this is my blunder, I'm going out in style, right? I enjoy talking to people. But when no one gets in the chat, I'm not going to just sit here and live stream dead air. So I have a tendency to ramble and go down rabbit holes. Hey, I'm only human. I could probably do this with AI. Seriously. But I choose not to. I haven't used AI for anything yet. I might in the future. Well, it needs to improve. It'll improve over time. Right now, when I'm scrolling or watching shorts, if I see something that's obviously AI, I skip. Go to the next vid, you know. I got no time and no patience for AI. I'd rather see real people doing real things, even if they are dumb. I'd seen there's one that's out now, and they show that babies dancing or President Trump dancing or movie stars dancing, and it's that same dance and it's all the same music and it's all AI, and I just skip it quickly. So what's on your mind? What do you guys want to talk about? What are you doing for dinner tonight? I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I could have, I don't know, I'm probably going to do quesadillas. Well, I'd like a little spice. Some salsa, maybe. Something with a little bit of zing. It's Thursday, and there's no Thursday night football, so I will probably be watching Tragedy Tales. If you haven't ever looked it up, I highly recommend it. It's a subject matter that's not for everyone. You can tell that by the title, Tragedy Tales. But he's got like 80 videos up, and I've only seen 4, maybe 5. So I'm going to watch a few more. He's a friend of the show. Generally comes on Fridays, I think. From the United Kingdom, I believe. Since I started this, I've talked to people in like 8 different countries. I think a lot of our marketing that's done by YouTube, I think it gets an international flair to it. I could be wrong. I have no idea where YouTube is marketing this. You know, I made the shorts. The shorts got some views. I made some videos. A few of those got views, but I mean, very few. Yeah. Well, the shorts I filmed in that vertical format. Yeah. I'm not really a shorts kind of guy. In the videos, I put those in a playlist. I called it Opinions and Explanations. I did 6 videos there. And I think there's 2 of them that haven't ever gotten a view yet. And they've been up for a week. Okay. Not a good sign. Okay. I don't think any of my videos are going to go viral. Okay. I'm not on any of the other social media platforms. And I'm not going to be. My youngest son suggested that I get into it. And I just, no, doesn't interest me. I look on X and I see so much negative. I know, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Why anyone would want to participate in that, I don't know. In this platform, in the YouTube, I see nice people doing nice things, saying nice things, being nice to one another. It's very welcoming. I mean, I've been doing this for 5 months and no one has ever said a bad word to me. And in 5 months, I have only had to kick out 3 bots. To me, I think I'm on the best platform. I mean, I can't swear that I'm right, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm just trying to show up every day, be dependable, be reliable. And I think eventually people will start chatting more. We get viewers. Most people jump in here 10, 15 minutes at a whack. Well, it's, it could be the hours. Maybe I should be doing an evening chat instead of an afternoon chat. Or maybe I should be doing a morning chat. I have no idea. My progress thus far, it's been a learning experience. I compare it to a blind man that just bought a new house. I'm just kind of feeling my way around, trying not to run into any walls. Okay. I don't have a production staff. I don't have a makeup artist. Yeah, this is as pretty as I'm going to get, folks. It can only go downhill from here. Yeah, I could get a haircut. I could wear better clothes and clean my act up, and I just don't care. I'm an old man. If I was young and I wanted to make this a career, I'd probably have a much different approach. But I told myself I'd try this for 3 years when I started this project. I like it. I'm having fun and I'm meeting some nice people. Met Arizel today. It works for me. All those years in Vegas, I was meeting people every week, and I loved it. I liked finding out about Germany from actual Germans. I liked finding out about France from French people. It made my life more interesting, and I believed them. Whereas if I were to tune into a foreign news station, I don't know what to believe. But the people, when I can look them in the eye and talk to them and interact with them, they were very believable. I enjoy meeting people, always have. It's not for everybody. I took classes and studied different topics throughout my life. And I formed some ideas, and one of my beliefs is if you're nice to everybody all of the time, you're going to like the end result. I believe that all that niceness, all that kindness comes back to you tenfold. When I was in Vegas, I met people from every country on the planet, and they were all nice. I was working for tips, okay? And I'm telling you, they were all nice. People from Iran, people from Russia, people from Ukraine. I thought they were all nice. They were all interesting, and it was very educational for me. And I got some stuff I need to work on for the show. Well, I probably need to put some color back here behind me somewhere, some set decorations or whatever. Well, when I originally moved into this apartment and bought my furniture and stuff, I had no idea that I was going to have a TV show from my couch. Okay. It never entered in as a possibility, even. Never dreamed of it. I've been here 3 years and now I got a TV show from my couch. Okay. Well, life has ebbs and flows, and you got to ride those waves and go with them. I enjoy doing this, and I feel good about myself doing this. The things I choose to talk about: unity, brotherhood. I think these are basic. I think you can find common ground with any human being on this planet. You might have to look, but I think you can find common ground with everyone. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm just saying that it's been my life experience. Most people are good. back in the 70s, I read something, a crime study, and they said that no matter what society did, no matter what laws they enacted, no matter how militarized they trained their police force, they could not affect the number of felon criminals in America. Throughout history, they said that it was always 7% of the population could be considered felony criminal. Not jaywalking. I'm talking about, felonies. The stuff you go to prison for, right? 7% of the population. They changed a bunch of laws and they tried to affect it. It stayed at 7%. They militarized the police force and it stayed at 7%. They couldn't get it to 6. They couldn't get it to 8. It remained a constant 7%. I believe that to this day. Which means 93% of us are not criminal at all. Only 7% is criminal. You can't tell that by watching the news. And I'm the only one on TV telling you that, but I'm telling you, only 7% of the population is criminal. But if you watch the news in America, you're going to think there's a man with a machine gun on every corner in this country. And it's just not true. They keep filming these crimes and putting them in front of you to scare us and divvy us up into these smaller subgroups of human beings. When they get you in subgroups, it makes you easier to control, manipulate. Plain and simple. They're using your fears against you. But the bottom line is the criminal population remains 7%. So for every one criminal, there's 9.3 non-criminals. Think about it. Are you sitting around thinking about committing an armed robbery? I'm not. The thought never enters my mind. Not even for an instant. It never even enters my mind. With normal people, it doesn't. Normal people are busy. They are focused on doing the right thing or doing what's on their path to their success. They're not sitting around diabolically plotting against their fellow human being. That just doesn't happen. The good guys still outnumber the bad guys by almost 10-1. I don't care if they tell you crime's on the rise or it's going. It's 7% of the population is felons. Doesn't matter how many laws they write. Doesn't matter how many tanks the police department has. It's 7%. Between the laws and the policing, only 7% of the population can be considered felony criminal. I'm going to believe that until I see, bona fide proof that contradicts it. And I'll tell you something else. Out of the 7% of the criminals, 2 million of them are currently behind bars. Between federal, state, and local authorities, 2 million of the criminals are already locked up. If you're sitting around thinking about doing criminal activity or thinking about hurting your fellow man, perhaps you've been radicalized and you need to get some counseling, because normal people aren't doing this. Normal people are working to protect and build a future for themselves and their family. Normal people are busy, okay? They're not sitting around plotting on murdering anyone. These movies that you watch, like the John Wick, makes you think, oh, there are 10,000 hitmen walking around New York City. Not true. It's not. That's a movie. That's not reality. Just like you watch the space movies that show other planets with human life on. Not true. Fantasy, not reality. The reality is one planet, one human race. That's all we got. That's my opinion. On this show, you can voice yours. Feel free to jump in the chat. The star of today's show was Arizal T. from Jersey. The rest of the show has just been filler, just by the host, me, Ghost Mostly. I'm just sitting here like a bump on a log. The show's called Afternoon Chat. It's Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is an inclusive channel where everyone is welcome. It's not an exclusive club. We're not kicking people out or inviting people in. Feel free to voice your opinion. Feel free to just listen or watch, whatever you want to do. It's a free show. There are no midstream ads, no sponsors, no commercials of any kind. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not running for political office. I'm not coming out with a line of merch. I don't care about your wallet. Okay? I don't. I'm not trying to chase you down and tackle your wallet. I promise you. My agenda is real simple. I want to meet people and give them a chance to speak what's on their mind. If you're from a foreign country that does not have freedom of speech, do not get in the chat and say anything that's going to get you in trouble with your government. Here in the United States, we have a freedom of speech. But we are on YouTube, and thus we must follow their community guidelines. It's the only platform we're on. Let's not piss them off, okay? Tolerate your fellow man. If you're having trouble with that, follow this show. We'll help you. Tolerance is the key to our success. Tolerance of your fellow man is the solution to all of mankind's problems. We need to respect one another, and we need to tolerate one another. We need to educate our children until our children start teaching us. The children that we educate are the solution to our problems. Human beings solve problems. It's what we do. The only thing you can do wrong on this show is not have a good time. Everything else we can fix. This show will always be free. It will always be inclusive. Your opinions are welcome, even if you disagree with me. Okay? I'm just the host. And I'm not trying to put my thumb on the scale and say, oh, we must talk about this. We must talk about that. I don't care what we talk about. If you care what we talk about, jump in the chat and change the subject to something that you want to talk about. We're winding down today's show. I do want to take a minute and tell everyone how much I appreciate the viewers. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the subscribes. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for your time and considerations. Be nice to everybody. I think you're going to like the end result. With that said, I'm Ghost Mostly, and I'll tell you goodbye for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3. Find joy in your life. Stress is killing people all over the planet. Don't fall into that trap. All that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be nice to everybody all the time. You'll like it.